Hello, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or whatever your time schedule in the world. Welcome to another new edition of the TPC Mass Adoption Weekly Meeting Review. So, the Mass Adoption Meeting Review is a series that I do on every Saturday to give you the different uh, great lines or the different marking message that we got during the week from the mass adoption training with the admin of TBC. It's a privilege for me to have this opportunity to be here to dish this out to you. And this is to help those who are already hooked on my YouTube channel to at least, if you don't have time during the week or maybe due to internet connection, you were able to hook on to pick on the most interesting parts of what was dished during the week. I will try my best all the time to be here on Saturday at this particular time or even before this time, that is between the 10 and 11, to give you updates or a review of what took place within the week. So, guys, my name is Giras Mufonko Mofomoni. I'm the chief member helper in the criminal community. It's a privilege for me to have you. And if you have difficulties with whatever part of the criminal community or the different areas of the structure, I have a crash course of the criminal back office that I'm working on. I may think you will be the first person to have that. I always give the privilege to those who are subscribed to my YouTube channel. Share this video, permit others to subscribe because I have a lot of content to bring to you, members of the criminal community. Guys, thank you very much. Let's go to the subject matter of the day. We are going to be making the review from the 13th Monday the 13th to Friday the 17th of September, as far as the mass adoption trainings are concerned. So, right on the board, let's go to the subject matter of what we are to expose today. The first meeting of the week was on Monday. And before talking about the mass adoption meeting on Monday, we equally know that we have what we call the weekly meetings on every Monday, or even before the weekly meeting, the broadcasters meeting. But in the weekly meeting of last Monday, it was so stressed on that the admin said, you have the opportunity to save lives. You have the opportunity to bring people to the message that will change humanity. We have that opportunity to make it work. You can select 10 people, and with 10 people, you can change their lives and they can replicate that same change around them and will change the whole world. So that was the center message of the mass adoption or the weekly meeting party of Monday. Now, talking about the mass adoption of 13/9, which was Monday, the meeting started exactly at 4 p.m. West and Central African time, and in the course of the meeting, as usual, the main host was Ambassador Bay, which we appreciate so much for the great work he's doing to the community. Kudos to you, Ambassador Bay, for your great works, and kudos to admin to always be there, and kudos to all the members of the TBC community that are growing in number in the mass adoption. Keep coming because great information is on the board for everyone that is active. So we started the day by the leader Innocent Queba, which is the main leader in Ivory Coast. He was entering the $1,000 weekly club. He was a member entering the 1,000 weekly club. He made $1,000 last week, so they were celebrating him, and he became a member of the 1,000 club. The next item of the day that took place was Botswana. The country of Botswana was ratified. That is, the Food Subsidy Committee of Botswana was ratified on that Monday. And admin also announced that the next day, that is was on the 14th, that was to be Tuesday, we were going to watch a live force video, which is going to give everything as far as life force is concerned with their updates and all what we are expecting from life force as the assurance cards are concerned and many others. So that is what admin announced nextly. And Armin went on to focalize himself on his monologue, as usual, on what we call normancy bias. Normancy bias, he tried to say, not being this is these are people not being able to see how the whole war situation is unfolding, and people are saying that what things would go on, and later on they will come back to normal issue, or things will come back to the normal. So he was trying to say that humanity is at stake right now, and we that we know what is going on are the ones to save humanity, because things are going rough and rough as C-19 keep changing from one state to another. They keep telling you that a new variant has come up or whatsoever. So he was trying to point out that this is really a major call for concern for those who are awakened, for those who are standing up, for those who have that opportunity to know what is going on. And he was trying to explain, and he shot two videos and gave the links of those videos that explain different situations, of which one girl was talking of how she can stand the nuisance of people that have taken the C vaccine, and these people have, how can I put it? Once she is in the midst of these people, she is very sick. And this is because before then she was already very sick when she is beside people that have certain enzymes that are not acceptable, or people that have things that are toxic. So right now, since many people have taken the C vaccine, and when she meets people, or she can't go out because once she come in contact with people that take the C vaccine, she gets sick, and that was really bad and very sad for us to hear such a thing. And we was talking also about the different virus, not the different element of the vaccines, and he was precising of graphene oxide, which is what wants to be administered to people, and this is what will permit these people to be connected to other elements. So this graphene oxide is really what they are saying that the vaccine is, and this is what is being put in the body of people. So, moreover, he says we need to see the plan to help people to come on board. So, he gave a plan of at least uh, eight elements which are going to be put forth to help people to come on board. The first thing that we should do, we should talk to everyone about the life force assurance health card. And when somebody has to register to have a free assurance card, because this assurance card cover everything that has to do with food supplements, gym access, well-being, aesthetic surgery, and what have you. So these are the different things that he was trying to tell us, that we need to use this tool, which is the assurance card, to permit to many people to enter the community. So the steps are laid out, eight of them. You explain, or you tell the person that you will call your friend, you call your acquaintances, and tell them, see, please, this is a a healthcare assurance card that you can get for free that will insure you for this. Second thing, please get registered here to be part of this. It is free. And third thing, you take them to the login page and show them the C-19 area, of which the videos are there to really clearly spell out what this C vaccine can do to people. And once you do that, they will understand what it's all about. Next, you tell them that as they register, they can uh, bring in their project, or they can belong to an assembly and bring in their project, and their project will be funded, and the list of the project to be funded is as from 10 million USD upward. But for them to participate and be for them to participate, that their project should be accepted, they need to be active. And being active is just 30 bucks or $30 a month, or they go for $300 a year, and they will participate in the assemblies that will give them the go ahead to be able to be part of the community and channel their project that will be uh, ratified. And once it's ratified, they will get the finances. And he also stressed on the aspect that most people were crying that people are losing their jobs around the whole world, on the premises that employers are saying that if you are not vaccinated, day you're going to be fired. So he was trying to tell people that if you're fired, you can also even use TBC in the limelight, permitting people to get assurance cards and permitting them to be active for their project to be sponsored. And you equally are going to make it with Bitcoin bounties as these people go for their activation for month or annual payment. You can still make a whole lot by doing that if you do not more have a job. Later on, admin insisted on that same monologue that he was making on Monday that we should look at the video which is in the private blog. 7.5 billion people on earth needed to watch that video which is in the private blog. I tell you that video is awesome, and everyone need to see what is happening to the whole world, and everyone need to really go to watch that video. And he tears up his monologue by asking Ambassador Bay to give a general conclusion, of which Ambassador Bay did as excellently as he always do it. So we're so proud of his conclusion, and that is how the monologue of admin ends for the mass adoption training for Monday. And the second segment of the mass adoption meeting was to for questions and comments. And in the course of that question and comments, the country of Benin came up with their food subsidy committee and they were ratified. And many other questions pop up linking to the functionality of the Kruger committee. And one that piqued my mind that I jotted down also was Prince Charles. Prince Charles from London popped up with a question concerning how we can sue our employer if they refuse us a job because of the C-19 vaccine. So admin make reference to the Nuremberg trial laws, which can be used to sue an employer on the basis that they have terminated your contract because you have refused to take a vaccine. And admin went on a long range to explain how that can be carried out. So that is how we went out with the mass adoption meeting on Monday. And Tuesday, 14/9, was the day that we're to watch the video of Life Force with its content that has to do with the assemblies and the different programs that Life Force is putting forth for the whole of humanity. So the meeting started exactly at the same time and the same host, and admin was up. And admin started his monologue on that Tuesday with belief, and he said, we have two options as far as belief is concerned. We can either believe we are a loser or we can believe we are a winner. So all depends on our perception. So the key word on Tuesday was perception. And talking about perception, we need to know what our perception is. What are you thinking? What are you building? What do you believe in? Is so important because that is what will pave your way out. So he went around to really substantiate this aspect of belief. Are you seeing yourself like a loser? Are you seeing yourself like a winner? It all depends on what you have believed in your mind or the perception you have in your mind. So that being that, we went on since we had a very long video to watch. The live force video was played, and in the course of the live force video being unfold, I took a good number of judges on the different things that the live force video was exposing. They talk about the Global Banking Corporation, which is the new body that is going to replace all bank, World Bank, and what have you. And it's already the projects are going on very smoothly, and they have gone a very long while. And next, they were made known from the video that 90 assemblies have already been ratified. And they were also saying that if you want your assembly to be ratified, you need to gather the names and addresses of uh, all those around you and constitute yourself. And there was a link that was showing that you can send your members to for your assembly to be ratified. And also they were talking about the COVID vaccine of those that have been vaccinated, and that if they need to gather their names, the names of those who have participated or those people that have orchestrated this vaccination, issue, there was an address that they were showing that we should send these names to these people that have forcefully pushed this vaccination on the world population so that they will be catered for when the time comes. So that is how the video unfolded, and they talked about the life assurance card, the assemblies, and the life assurance card assurance were being laid that the life assurance card will be coming up very soon. They are fast progress a whole lot with the way in which the life assurance card was to be shared out. This led us to Tuesday the 15th, Wednesday the 15th, which we got focused on the your project. Admin was talking about your project, and he asked a whole lot from the members of the mass adoption on that Wednesday. How far are you, or at what level are you with your project? Are you doing your project with clarity? Because for your project to be funded, your project needs to have a lot of clarity, and it needs to be done professionally, and you need to be very correct, because a project of 10 million USD or plus, if you think your project maybe to have plus, is not a child's play, and you need to be very, very focused on what you're doing and make it worthwhile. And later on, there was another segment that popped up. Ivory Coast came up with their main leader, which is Innocent Kweba, and he was to present the realities of which Ivory Coast is the second country to qualify for the food subsidy center, and Ivory Coast qualified with a total round active member of 1,123 paid sign-ups. So those are the numbers that qualify Ivory Coast, and it was appreciative, and they were cheered for their good work. And admin was asking which country is on the map to be the next country to qualify. Notwithstanding that last week Cameroon was the first country with Douala to qualify with a total roundup of uh, 1,016 members paid sign-ups. So Cameroon so far is the first country with Douala to be qualified for the food subsidy center. And then admin went up to explain the statistics that have to do with the assemblies in the Kringle back office. He was saying the database has a total number of 16,000 plus members, but only 15,000 plus are active. And he was insisting to tell members that only active members will have the opportunity to participate in assemblies. So if you're not active, you will not have the possibility to participate in assemblies. And if you don't participate in assemblies, it will be impossible for you to channel your project and get the uh, fundings that are necessary to carry out your project. So he was calling on all members, 15,000 and plus that are active, to maintain their position to be active and to have the opportunity to send in their project, because if they drop, they are going to be sent out. So he was saying that these instructions need to be followed to form the national assembly of each country, and Cameroon was already advanced, as Ambassador Bay put it, with the works of the assembly. We have already selected the 30 members of the assembly, and an advance information before this yesterday we meet and we voted our bureaus, and everything is being organized right now for us to send our documents to Life Force for ratification of the Cameroon Assembly for Life Force. So that is what admin was insisting, that all leaders in all countries should follow suit as Ambassador Bay did and get their 30s aligned, and why not do their first meeting and get themselves ready to be ratified. And also, admin insisted that he will be sending the GSD document in the back office of the leaders, that they can use it to go forward and to know what it takes, or what the content of the document that we're selling to Life Force is going to have. And the focal point on that day was how to conduct a formal meeting with assemblies. So admin brought a write-up, which was the book Robert Rules. It was equally my first time to come in contact with Robert Rules. So he's trying to read a summarized edition of Robert Rules, and he tried to explain to the mass adoption what it takes on how is going to be carried out Robert's rules, or how Robert's rules are going to be carried out as far as the functioning of assemblies are concerned. So that is how he went around to explain Robert rules to us and gave links, and that is how his monologue of that day ended. And a few questions popped up here and there, of which there were generalities. That is why I didn't take time to really note or whatsoever. Now we boil down to Thursday, the 15th of September, which we equally had a very great meeting with the admin. The meeting started with early birds. Early birds is for those who don't come that come those that come to meetings earlier, were being given 10 positions of $25 each for the BCH, their BCH address that they channel in earlier. So he started with the early birds and he went on to explain the plan, and he was putting forth the plan of how we can attain our objective as the Congo community and getting our 1 billion members and getting our 50 uh, million merchants and more. So he substantiated on the plan, and do we have a plan? And we agreed that we had a plan, and he tried to explain the plan and saying that the right now what we are doing is to recruit people by explaining the life force assurance card to them with the 7 points that he enumerated, and later on we are going to go to merchants to also explain the same thing to them with a different strategy, and by so doing we are going to have a whole lot of merchants come on board. So he was explaining the plan that the Congo community is carrying out right now, and of which we're going to push more further, of which will lead to the success of the Congo community. But we need the help of all, and that is what he was trying to call upon every member as that meeting was unfolding. Next was Friday with Ambassador Bay with his normal Friday routine of explaining the Kruger back office and explaining the strategies, the tactics, the mannerism, or the different flipped ways in which he is very good at as far as prospecting and recruiting is concerned. So yesterday he did a marvelous and applauded job as far as meritocracy is concerned. He tried to explain that the Kruger community is really, really happy and really, really honored to help everyone that is to participate. If you want to have a greater or an upper view in the community, it must be through meritocracy. And meritocracy in Kringle community is your bounties. Bounties coming from the number of people who are bringing on board and they're active and they're paying their activation fee. And that gives you a position to be appreciated and celebrated. And that is why on Monday we talk about Mr. Innocent, or the Innocent that entered the $1,000 week club because of meritocracy. And he taught us yesterday clearly how you can go about making it great for yourself and achieve the level of meritocracy as far as the criminal community is concerned. So we went a whole lot to explain a lot of things, a lot of strategy, and how we can unfold it. It all depends on you, and you make the choice, and the work will lead you to have a favorable position as far as the criminal community is concerned. And section two was about questions, and he tried to answer the questions concerning assembly and concerning many other areas of the criminal back office, or even the ideology of the criminal community. So, because many people are coming on board, they are a little bit loose as far as the reality of what we are doing is concerned, because we have been here for the past 5 years, guys, and a lot of things have unfolded as time goes by, because we want to have a trajectory that will lead us to attaining our objective. That is why people that were not there 2 years, 3 years back, once they come on and they realize that the Kringle community has fast advanced and a lot of new realities, a lot of new things have come on board. So these were the questions that Ambassador Bay answered in his training yesterday, and the people were very happy who attended that uh, mass adoption training. So, guys, this is the roundup for the week of all the different mass adoption trainings that took on. I took the initiative since last week to be doing this weekly, and I believe that the strength and if God permits, I will be there every weekend for a roundup of 30 minutes, give you the roundup of all the mass adoption trainings, and why not give you special informations. This is done for everyone that has subscribed to my YouTube channel. This is my own way to give you a way forward. And also, I'll be coming up with a scratch course with the Kruger back office, because being one of the member helpers or the chief member helper, I've come to realize that new people are coming on board every day, and people want a one instantaneous there a tool to master the Kringle back office. I'm working on a crash course of the Kringle back office, and once that will be ready and you will be willing, I will share that with you. But if you are not my downline, guys, at least it's work. It needs a little bit of rewarding because of the time spent and all whatnot. But once that will be out, I will give you a view on that. So thank you for everyone that has been watching from anywhere or that will come to watch this video. Please share and permit others to subscribe. I have a lot of updates. And if you have any difficulties with whatever area of the criminal community, please, below this video, my contacts are there. Even my WhatsApp is there. Write me up, and if you need extra information or whatever, I'll be readily available to help you. Until then, on your anchor has been Julius Mufo. Mufo Money is my name, of which I've been baptized within the Kringle community. It has been a privilege to share this weekly review with you. And until then, next Saturday, thanks be to God, we'll be there for another edition. So have a lovely weekend. Thank you very much, and stay tuned to the Kringle community. Be active and merit your position. TBC is my birthright. Bye bye.